Hi, I'm Sammy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is something I've learned through introspective work in the last couple of years. I hope I can explain this in a simple way that it may inspire you if you're not satisfied in your life. It's not a brand new message, but more recently I've felt how obvious it is, and sadly how too many people suffer because of the lack of it. I'm talking about our love for ourselves. When we awaken to this epiphany of life and our connection to God, Source, collective consciousness, when we realize this and truly accept ourselves, our problems in life seem to be put into a much more realistic perspective, and they're not so burdensome as they surely would have been before we had faith in ourselves. So my message is simple as the name of my channel. Love is the answer. All the problems or challenges or difficulties that we seem unable to cope with or move away from will depend on if we love and trust and accept ourselves or not. People who suffer in life and become stuck in an aspect of their story, so to speak, don't know or trust themselves or even love themselves, which would allow them to move beyond the problem. I understand that this may be scoffed at for its simplicity, but life revelations don't have to be difficult. Nothing in life needs to be difficult, but our minds create the difficulties, the challenges we face. For example, it's the mind that renders the person with depression or anxiety stuck in their problems. The problem itself certainly stemmed from a past incident, but it is the mind that has prevented the person from moving forward. Most likely, coping mechanisms have been created to aid in alleviating triggers. However, these are all band-aids that inevitably will lose their stick, and more issues will reveal themselves until the source of the problem is accepted. Acceptance creates healing, which transmutes to love. Acceptance and healing is the removal of the metaphoric sheet of armor that is the coping mechanism designed to protect us, but in truth is actually preventing our flow of self-love. When a layer of protection is removed, dissolved, released, and true acceptance has resulted, we actually glow a little brighter. We are finally allowing our true essence, which is who or what we authentically are, to be exposed. We are in fact not the false identities we attach to ourselves, because all of those identities can change, so they are not the composition of who we are. We are not our career, our disability, our health, our amount of money, our overweight, underweight, or supposedly perfect bodies. All of these things can change. A president can become a criminal, a drug addict, a thief, a homeless person can become housed. A person with mental health issues can overcome their burdens. All or anything we identify ourselves with is not who we are. This is because we are sadly not taught about love and our connection to the divine energy source that instills faith, trust, and assuredness. Most people, especially in westernized societies, will be conditioned away from truth and indoctrinated into their surroundings to question, doubt, and fear. With most people thinking in this manner, so far detached from their own inner truth, it's little wonder there are so many people suffering in life, particularly with mental health issues. The way through is to release the burdens that hold one stuck by finding your truth within. There is no set way of doing this, because there are so many options to choose from to help you find yourself, but only the individual will know what resonates. It may be meditation, holistic healing therapy, tantric therapy, hypnotherapy, energy balancing, shamanism, or simply beginning to look within yourself. Writing, which may be journaling or free writing. There is no set way. It may also be found by doing whatever it is you love to do, creating artistically, immersing yourself in nature, or simply getting outside in the open air. It doesn't matter if you live in the city or in the country, beside the ocean, or even locked up in a cell. We all have the opportunity every single day every single moment to create a change in our thinking and get closer to finding who we are, instead of holding on to false indoctrinated identities that are so far removed from our truth that we may feel lost, alone, unhappy, or burdened and wishing for an escape. Escape from what? Escape from the habitual process of thinking that holds us stuck and out of touch with our essence of love. To create change, we have to make change. Change may sound scary to some. Why? Have you ever considered this? How many people say, "I don't like change"? That simple statement repeated is programming the brain to believe that change is difficult. Creating change in our thinking is essential in every aspect because it means we have to take control of our thinking. With over 60,000 thoughts on average per day, this suggests that our minds are overwhelmed into an automatic programming of conditioned thought. Why do most people look to doubt themselves? Because we've been taught to question, to consider possible negative outcomes and consequences. Almost always, these are based from fear. With faith in oneself, faith in the divine source, God, love, there is no doubt. There is acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. When things happen that seem unfair, we can then either look directly at the issue with no peripheral view, or we can look from a wide-angle lens and look beyond and find understanding. In both ways, acceptance is the way through. There is no right or wrong way, because everything is happening in divine timing. But if you wish to make changes to help yourself, then you may just be speeding up the process. The process is discovering your own love that is directly connected to Source, love, or God, or whatever label you resonate to. In life, we all die or shed ourselves of our bodies. Our soul or essence lives on infinitely. But even in life, our bodies, we are programmed to fear death. It's not a popular topic of discussion, and we live in an almost denial state of it. This fear-based conditioned state we pass on to our children, and so it becomes a way of being. In death, we mourn, which is naturally accepted, but even the most religious people may become stuck in their own lives after losing their loved ones to the process of shedding the physical body and rejoining the divine collective consciousness. We were never actually disconnected, we are always connected, but in physical form, it is the conditioning that begins from birth and then the experiences that we undergo and apply our conditioned thought processes to that may create the disconnect. When we feel disconnected, we feel unloved, sad, alone, lost, or dissatisfied. We shouldn't have to die to rediscover our connection with Source. Our love, our self-worth is always patiently waiting for us to find it. And when it is found, when the epiphany is received, there is peace, contentedness, harmony, acceptance, abundance of love, faith in oneself, and an acceptance of other people in life on their own journeys. With our love found, we can let go of burdens. We realise that we don't need to blame. The veil is lifted and we gain a greater perspective into life. The burdens we encounter are, if not made by our own doing, are man-made, and to move through challenges with a greater ease, we will need to find acceptance. Then we can flow in life. We can make changes at any point, and in the mind is where it all begins. If you want to improve yourself or your life, if you're unhappy or dissatisfied, consider if you trust yourself. Do you believe in yourself so much so that you know what is best for you? Or are you afraid that you don't have the complete trust in yourself? If you're led by fear-based thoughts, maybe it's time to consider what changes you can make to free yourself by finding yourself. Free your love to reconnect. Love yourself as you hope someone else may love you. You deserve it. We all do. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I hope this helps you in some way. Life is truly beautiful, and I believe love is the answer. Ciao.